Good evening, I'm Camelia and this is KiniNews. Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim has responded to Hamzah Zainudin over his remarks on the targeted diesel subsidy announcement. Let's take a look at what Anwar said. Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim said the implementation of the targeted diesel subsidy is aimed at the rich as well as foreigners who have long benefited from low fuel prices and not to burden the public. Anwar explained that diesel is not used by the majority of people, and those affected, such as taxi drivers, small traders and fisherfolk, all are given exemptions and assistance to cover the cost increase. With this, he questioned why opposition leader Hamzah Zainudin is busy opposing it and who he was trying to defend. Anwar also asked if Perikatan Nasional will subsidize the rich and the foreigners if they are in power. He said this is what will upset the people. The Premier also said that large companies are being monitored to curb the increase in the price of goods and services. Anwar was responding to Hamzah's statement criticizing the targeted subsidy plan. Recently, it was reported that Hamzah claimed Anwar's announcement on the implementation of the targeted diesel subsidy had caused public unease and failed to address the elephant in the room, which is when the subsidies would be removed. To this, Anwar said it was normal for the Prime Minister to announce a policy and a relevant minister to provide details and follow-up actions later. He said this procedure has been done since before independence and pointed out that Hamzah used to be a minister and should know about it. Last Tuesday, Anwar announced that the cabinet had agreed to implement a targeted diesel subsidy involving consumers in Peninsular Malaysia, and that it would involve 10 types of public transport vehicles and 23 types of goods transport vehicles under the diesel subsidy control system. He said the targeted subsidy would not involve consumers in Sabah and Sarawak, as it was used in nearly every family's vehicle in both regions. An academic has schooled Akmal on the term apartheid. This came after Akmal commented on a columnist's description of UiTM. An academic has explained to Umno Youth Chief Dr Muhamad Akmal Saleh on the usage of the term apartheid. This came after Akmal took exception to a Malaysiakini columnist's description of Universiti Teknologi Mara. UCSI University lecturer Tajuddin Rasdi pointed out that while the word apartheid originated from the Afrikaans word for South Africa's system of institutionalized racism, the word is also used in the English language to refer to discriminatory policies more generally. He also pointed to examples of the word being used in news reports in the UK and the US to talk about discrimination in general. Tajuddin noted how the Cambridge Dictionary also defined apartheid as a system of keeping groups of people separate and treating them differently, especially when this results in disadvantage. In his column published on Wednesday, the columnist Andrew Sia wrote about the parallel pathway issue and UiTM's refusal to open its doors temporarily to non-Bumiputra to address a shortage of cardiothoracic surgeons. Akmal panned Sia's description of UiTM as an apartheid academy, as insolent and hurtful as the institution was, only meant for the Bumiputra to catch up in education and not step on anyone. He said the government, where the majority of its people are the Malays, have not only allowed others to have their place of origin education through SJKC and SJKT, but also supported them by providing financial allocation. He also demanded Sia apologize for writing the article and for Malaysiakini to take it down from its website. He said Umno Youth is also mobilizing its members to lodge police reports about it. Akmal added that if Malaysia practices apartheid, Sia and his family would not even receive an education. However, Tajuddin countered Akmal, saying that Sia's use of the word referred specifically to UiTM alone and not other issues outside its campuses. Thus, he said Akmal's video has gone beyond what is written in the article. Akmal panned Sia's description of UiTM as an apartheid academy as insolent and hurtful, as the institution was only meant for the Bumiputra to catch up in education and not step on anyone. Hassan Abdul Karim wants Anwar to clarify the claims on the sale of part of MAHB's shares to Global Infrastructure Partners. He said it was a simple issue and should not be prolonged. A PKR lawmaker has called on Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim to answer a simple issue on the planned acquisition of Malaysia Airports Berhad by a consortium with purported Zionist links. Pasir Gudang MP Hassan Abdul Karim said Anwar must address the allegations raised by his former close ally, activist Hishamuddin Rais. In a statement, Hassan said that Hishamuddin and other activists from the Palestinian Solidarity Secretariat have good intentions in raising this issue. He said they are all patriotic and they just want the government to answer, especially Anwar, who is also the finance minister. Hassan said it is a simple issue and questioned if the government's claim that it will sell part of MAHB's shares to global infrastructure partners true or not. Hassan also said that the SSP activists and MPs from both sides of the divide must speak up on this issue because the government and Malaysians have been firm supporters of the Palestinian people. He said as government MP, he strongly believes in Anwar's commitment to helping the Palestinian cause. Hassan said he didn't believe Anwar was just acting in front of Hamas leaders, but behind them. The government plans to sell 30% of MAHB shares, which manages 38 airports in Malaysia, to the US pro-Israel company BlackRock's GIP. Previously, Hishamuddin claimed that Anwar greeting and embracing Hamas political leader Ismail Haniyeh was just a show to cover up the issue concerning the deal made with GIP, which pro-Israel company BlackRock wholly owns. On May 17, Anwar dismissed reports saying that 25% of MAHB shares will be acquired by a pro-Zionist foreign company. Calling the claims baseless, he accused the opposition of trying to incite the public against the government. If you like access to news like this and more, subscribe now to Malaysiakini and support independent media. Moving on to Dr Muhamad, the former premier said that although there was corruption during his tenure in office, he was not involved in any corrupt practices. Former Prime Minister Dr Muhamad said while there was corruption during his tenure in office, his hands, however, are clean. In an interview with CNBC yesterday, Mahathir said that he even made sure his family members are not involved in government-related businesses so as not to be accused of nepotism. He added that those who have accused him of corruption are unable to prove that he had pocketed even a single cent. When asked if he and his sons would cooperate with MACC and declare their assets, Mahathir replied that they have to. He said the law says that when MACC demands that you make a statement, you have to make a statement of your assets, otherwise you can be charged or even be jailed. However, Mahathir said MACC had not requested him to declare his assets, only his sons, Moghzani and Mirzan. He said they were investigating him, but the investigation does not involve demanding that he declare his assets. Meanwhile, when asked whether he would declare his assets if requested to do so, he replied that they are welcome to ask because he has nothing to hide. Last month, MACC Chief Commissioner Azam Baki confirmed that Mahathir is being investigated for alleged corruption. However, Azam said he did not intend to go into more details about the case. Prior to that, the Commission had served a notice to Mahathir's sons to declare their assets within the period stipulated in the notice under Section 36 of the MACC Act 2009. Police have rearrested the family members of the individual who attacked the Ulu Tiram police station under the security law as their remand orders expired. Inspector General of Police Razarudin Hussain said 5 family members of the man who attacked the Ulu Tiram police station last week have been detained under the Security Offences Special Measures Act 2012. He said the 5 were rearrested under the security law as their remand orders expired today. He said the rearrest was made after initial police investigations found that the family had radical ideology and beliefs. According to Razarudin, after questioning the witnesses and neighbors of the family, police found that the family lived in isolation, did not mix around with people, and the children did not even finish school. Besides, an investigation under Section 302 of the Penal Code for murder, Razarudin told reporters the case is also being probed under Section 8 of the Firearms Increased Penalties Act, as police found pipes that could be used to construct air pistols. On May 17, 2 police personnel were killed when a 22-year-old man attacked them at the Ulu Tiram police station in Johor. The 2:30 a.m. incident also saw the attacker shot dead by police. Subsequently, police raided the man's family house, where they arrested his family members, including the attacker's father, who is said to be a known member of the terror group Jama'ah Islamiyah. Razarudin had initially linked the suspect to the banned terror organization, but subsequently clarified it was an individual act, and the alleged links to Jama'ah Islamiyah were from his father's status as a member. Sungai Bakap Assembly person Nur Zamri Latif died early this morning at the Seberang Jaya Hospital ICU. He had been admitted to the hospital for treatment due to inflammation in the stomach on May 1st. Sungai Bakap Assembly person Nur Zamri Latif died at the Seberang Jaya Hospital Intensive Care Unit in Penang this afternoon. He was 56-year-old. Penaga Assembly person Muhammad Yusni Matpia confirmed the death of the past lawmaker in a Facebook post. He said Nur Zamri drew his last breath at 1:38 p.m. Friday, May 24th at the Seberang Jaya Hospital ICU. On May 1st, Nur Zamri was admitted to the hospital for treatment due to inflammation in the stomach. Meanwhile, Penang Past Commissioner Muhammad Fauzi Yusof reportedly said he was informed by a family member about Nur Zamri's health condition after he was put to sleep a day after admission. Nur Zamri, who is also past Nibong Tebal Division Chief, contested the state election last August and defeated Pakatan Harapan candidate Nur Hidayah Cik Ros with a majority of 1,563 votes. The deceased left behind his wife Mo Salma Yusof and 6 children. That is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to Kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to Malaysiakini.com. I'm Kimilia. Thanks for watching.